from Rip City, it's the Urb Thrasher Flower Hour, featuring music, videos, and backstage interviews with the masters of metal, the monsters of rock, and the hellbellies of alt country. Now, throw your horns up and crank it to 11 with your host, Urb Thrasher.
What's up, everyone? Urb Thrasher here with Radical Russ.
Right on there.
Portland, Oregon. Roller J Studios, and we have a freaking heavy ass show for you guys tonight. That's right, man. Gonna warn you now. Some of you guys, maybe you're new listeners to the show. We like to play all kinds of stuff, man. We're definitely metal heavy kind of show, but we play a lot of hellbilly, bluegrass, rock, metal, and death metal. And yeah, we're a pot show too. Like to smoke pot. We're not really pot, you know. We're kind of all. We like to mix it all. And tonight, one of my favorite artists in the cannabis community and the music and death metal community, Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under, will join us here in about 10 minutes. So freaking excited. Russ, man, this dude's a freaking trooper, man.
Yeah, and he's a big supporter of Urb Thrasher Flower Hour. We're so thrilled to be able to have him on the show. It's just awesome.
He's great. They have a brand new album out. It's called Unborn. Last year, they put out a brand new album called Undead, and it turns out that obviously he had a bigger plan than what we all expected. So real excited to hear about that, hear how it came about, and we're going to hear pretty much every song on this album tonight. fucking stoked. It's a major album. It's heavy, dude. I'm just telling you right now. You know, the Undead, it's, you know, Barnes is heavy, dude. Death metal's heavy genre, man. That's just the way it is. But 6 Feet Under, man, they just do it a little bit different. It's a groove type metal. I hear a boogie. I always like to use the word boogie, but on this new album, Unborn, just a lot of different kind of influences in there. He actually worked with some other artists like Ben Savage, who played on that song right there, which was the very first song off of Unborn, and that was Neuroosmosis. And Ben Savage from Whitechapel was on there, and Jerry Lane, yeah, that's from Torture Killer. He's on there, and so just a lot of influences helped him out with the writing, and we'll find out about all this good stuff and hear the music that is. Hour 2, we'll definitely talk a little Thrasher sports. Some of you guys joined our Radio 420. It wasn't Reefer. I'm confused because I was so used to the Reefer Madness.
Yeah, it's 420 Radio Reefer March Madness.
There you go. See, I mean, who can remember that shit? And so, anyways, we're going to go over who is still in the lead and who's not in the lead anymore.
I'm still in the lead, actually.
Are you still in the lead?
I'm still in the lead.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that.
If Duke stays alive, we'll see.
That's right. We'll talk about that. There's games going on right now, so if you're into the basketball, turn them on, watch the games, have this going on your computer. And we'll also give you an update of last week. Radical Russ and myself went to the Red Room here in Portland, Oregon, saw 4 bands. We'll give you a little update on that. And also last night I went to see Gypsy Hawk, talked to those guys, got another great interview, and found a brand new band. Freaking love them, and going to bring them to you guys tonight, and that is Mothership. So, buckle your belts, load your bowls, let's get fired up, and let's just, you know, open your mind up tonight, folks. This is going to be some heavy shit. It's no difference than a horror movie. I mean, you turn on a horror movie and you sit on your couch and just get that same emotion. That's what you're going to get tonight from fucking Chris Barnes and 6 Feet Under. So, second song right here released, Prophecy. Let's hear this, and we're going to come back with Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under. Oh, yeah, I'm talking heavy right there. Fucking riffs. I mean, riffs out the galore. Urb Thrasher here with Radical Russ and Roller J Studios in Portland, Oregon, and just freaking having a great night, bringing you death metal, bringing you Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under, and bringing you the brand new Unborn. Chris, dude, what the fuck is going on, man?
Herb, what's happening, man? How you guys doing out there?
Dude, we're doing great, man. Having a great night here in Portland. Weather's fucking on fire, and we just saw that you're going to be out here in July. Excited about that. You've got all kinds of great things going on, man. And we're excited that you're going to help tonight teach us a little bit about death metal. You know, it's a genre that you know, a lot of cannabis communities, you know, hasn't really infiltrated as much as we'd like. And you know, dudes like you who keep supporting and bringing the great tunage and cannabis freedom, man, we appreciate everything you're doing. So, dude, as we mentioned, Unborn, man, what a great album. Just came out, just released. Like, freaking tell us some of the sweat and the scars of this album, man.
Well, it's been a long process. You know, both of these albums, Undead and Unborn, kind of were conceived together, and just really had a great time put it all together, man. It's just been fun working on this whole thing, and it's been the most satisfying project that I've undertaken in my musical career, I think, just putting out 2 albums almost simultaneously, and I just really credit it all with the great writers and the great musicians that I surrounded myself with on these 2 albums. They really helped me bring a lot of stuff that I wanted to bring out in the music for a long time, and a lot out of myself that I've really felt that was back there waiting to get out. I just needed the right people to inspire me through their music.
Yeah, that's
and I think that I accomplished that with all these guys, with Rob and Yari and Ben and Ola and Steve, and just having the great guys in the band, you know, with Jeff Huell and Kevin Talley and Ola and just Steve has been my main anchor guy that I always, you know, go with, because he's just such an awesome guitarist, live guitarist. He's just amazing. So it's just I really credit a lot of the people, you know, liking it, all our fans and stuff, just with you know, just the idea that I had early on that a lot of things had to change, and you know, this is really the product of all that.
Yeah, really enjoying hearing the positive energy coming from Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under right now. And so, dude, you mentioned, you know, Undead, which would have been your 9th studio album, and then we have Unborn, would be your 10th studio album. So when you were doing, like, did you know that this was going to be a kind of like a together thing, or were you doing Undead? Because, you know, I kind of knew something was up even before it was going on, because I was, about 2 years ago, man, I was sitting in the spot where I sat with you, but I was sitting with Dez in Dez's bus, and we were doing, you know how he does lounge boogie before his set, and there he is playing this new music that's not even like, it's not even on Undead, yeah. And so I knew something was up. Had to keep my mouth shut. So did you know, or did it just come about? How did that transpire?
Well, yeah, it kind of happened, I'd say about 6 or 7 songs into the writing process for Undead, and you know, neither album was really titled until, I mean, Undead wasn't really titled until it was really late in the writing process for that album. So what happened was I started getting all these great songs from all these guys that I wanted to work with, and none of the songs were, to me, throwaway songs. They were all really, really strong and kind of emotional in their own right, each of them, you know, all the songs from Undead and all the songs from Unborn, what ended up to be those 2 albums. But I just felt like these songs, they had to be released in one way or another, and, you know, of course, discussing things with the record label, how we should do things, because they all agreed that every song that all the 28 songs we did were really, really strong. So it just kind of took on a little bit of a life of its own as far as how it mapped out. But I really looked at it at about 6 songs into it and said, man, these songs are sounding amazing. And then I just had the idea that, maybe we should put them all out at once, every song on one album. And then we just thought that splitting it up would be even more interesting. As far as my idea was to have 2 albums that really complemented as well as being dynamically kind of linked together as far as storyline and vibe goes. Is what as far as the emotion that's captured in each of the albums, and it just was really, really a large process, and right down to the artwork that Dusty Peterson did. It's just really encompasses all the thoughts and feelings of both albums and how they're linked just in the color tones themselves. Undead being like a red type of really hot, fiery, intense type of look to it, and then the cold, blue, frozen, dead tones of Unborn as far as what the emotion that runs through it, the sadness and just the coldness of it overall. And it really, to me, is a multi-type of faceted thing with, music and what you want to portray all the way around with all the way down to the artwork and how that kind of captures and really makes you understand what it's all about.
Yeah, no, Dusty Peterson, dude, he freaking nailed the artwork, man. I mean, he just nailed it. I don't know if I can't imagine anything different than what you guys came up with. Has he always worked with you, or is it just the last 2?
Well, no, we've done a couple things together. Yeah, we did Wake the Night and Graveyard Classics 3 he did as well. But the thing with Dusty is, man, he really digs into like the what the album is about, like the lyrics and stuff, and just like the actual feeling of kind of what the story is in a song or overall. Like I sent him my lyrics and stuff to both albums, and he dug into that and really felt like something from that. And that's really what I appreciate, is kind of taking it more than just surface value and song titles or album titles, and just the heaviness of the overall sound and the music and voice. But there's a lot more to it, to me, within the lyrics, and Dusty really picks up on that and kind of feels where you're coming from. And Graveyard Classics 3, like, really, he kind of just understood what I was talking about, and he really bridged a kind of a dimensional gap for me on that album as far as the artwork went, and I always remembered that, and I love working with him, and he kind of gets into my mind a little bit too much, and it scares me a little bit sometimes. So.
Shout out to Dusty Peterson.
Working with him, yeah.
And you guys can follow him on Twitter, man. I've seen some of his tweets. Barnes is retweeting him sometimes, so you guys go look him up at Dusty Peterson. And so, dude, man, any kind of video plans or anything? I know you're not the biggest video fan, but, man, it would be awesome to have some kind of something. You guys got any plans?
I'd love to do a video, man. I am a big video fan. I just haven't hooked up with the right director in a while that has a really good vision and knows really where it's at as far as the idea of photography and following storyline through a video. But I'd definitely be into it, man. It's just it's a budgetary thing too sometimes. The economics of things right now don't really show that doing a music video is too good right now, man. There's not really many avenues to really put a video on unless it's YouTube, and it's kind of, you know, the thing that everyone's doing now is the lyric video type of thing. So, you know, we've been doing those, and they're fun, but I'd definitely like to get back into doing a regular, solid, you know, storyline-based music video. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Well, the album's definitely been well received. I mean, it's charted, you know, in Germany, it charted number 37 on a media market there, and number 85 on another, and here in the States, number 17 on Billboard's Heat Seeker, and in Canada, it's charting, you know, I mean, number 40. I mean, so you guys are definitely, you know, doing your thing right now, and I've been seeing tweets. I mean, stuff like, you know, Unborn is without a doubt the most epic death metal release in the past years. You know, awesome work. I mean, these are some of your fans talking. I mean, talk about, you know, some of the fans and how they're taking this album.
Well, I'm just blown away, man, by how well this album's done out of the gate. You know, I mean, it's been really awesome to see people that excited about something that we put out so soon after the last album, and Undead did so well. It hit Billboard really strong, and this album did really well too the first week. So I couldn't be happier, man. It's just, I'm just happy that people like the nuances and the dynamics of this album, and there's a little bit of everything on there. And I think that's what the fans are digging, is that we've kind of zeroed in on a lot of the sounds and the rhythms and just the feel of what we've done in the past, but really hyper accelerated it and focused it, and used the musicianship that we have now to benefit the band and our sound, and to really inspire me to get something out of me as far as my vocal presentation and also the lyrical content of the storylines in these songs, because there's some intense stuff going on there. But I'm just really happy that the fans have kind of dug it and really kind of been intrigued by some of the new stuff we've tried on this album too, as far as it's not experimental, but it's definitely delving into some areas that we haven't ventured before. And I really, it's actually probably rates in my top 3 albums that I've done, you know. So I love stuff that's more dynamic than just being, you know, straightforward. And it just seems like more of a listenable record to me, and I think the fans have kind of picked up on that, you know. And it's really good. It's a good feeling to know, you know, all the hard work is really paid off on these ones.
Well, there is, man. There's so much stuff going on, and like the first song we played in Osmosis. I mean, that song, like, I mean, you use the word experimental. I mean, I can see where you'd use it. I mean, there's some ambient going on in there. There's some, you know, deathcore. There's some freaking grind. I mean, there is just all kinds of shit. And so, on this album, you guys are about to hit the road, man. You just announced a killer tour. One band you guys are taking, freaking, we play all the time on this show, Cannabis Corpse. Fucking talk about this tour you're about to go on with Decrepit Birth and Cannabis Corpse.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool, man. Totally, you know. I've been wanting to get Cannabis Corpse on our tours for about 3 years now, and myself and Phil have been kind of, you know, talking on Instagram here and there over the past year or so, and the schedules just didn't fall in line until now, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a blast on this tour, and you know, all the bands on this thing. There's going to be one more band added on, you know, within the next couple of weeks, but it's going to be it's just going to be great, man. I love touring in the States, and touring in the summer is always interesting, especially, you know, when we're coming out your way. So
yep.
we're all gonna have fun, man.
Yep.
Whether we're on stage or backstage, you know. So, you know, you can always count on it like this, man. If we're happy backstage and all the bands are having fun, like everyone knows we're going on this, I mean, you know, bongs are going to be loaded, and
that's right.
We're going to be, you know, we're going to be going. It's going to be nuts, man. So
you get a contact high in the parking lot, won't you?
I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be like, you know, you can really count it that way, though. When the bands are all getting you know, together and having a good time on on the tour. I've been on, on tour for 20 some odd years now, and I've kind of felt my way out. And when bands are cool and they all kind of just party and burn together, it just makes it more fun on stage, man. And I tell you what, the crowds are going to have so much fun on this tour because everyone's going to be so relaxed and just ready to murder as far as musically goes. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. There's going to be a lot of great players in all the bands. Really some of the best musicians of this century as far as it goes, man. All the bands, man, have great musicians in them, and it's going to be worthwhile for all the fans to come out and check out for sure.
That's amazing, man. That's freaking great stuff right there. And so, freaking tour, you're going to be at Scion too, man. What a lineup that fest is. That's freaking amazing stuff right there. I'm looking forward to hearing about all this stuff and what you guys got going. So, good stuff, man. So, dude, Florida, man. All kinds of stuff going on in Florida these days, man. They're trying to freaking outlaw bongs, dude. What are you guys going to do about that?
I don't know, man. I'm seriously getting ready to sell my house here in the next 8 or 9 months.
You're moving out west, aren't you, dude?
I think I'm going to be heading up towards your way, man. So, Washington State is actually winning out over Colorado right now. So, and just I think it's going to be a positive move for me as far as that goes, because not only are the ground is swallowing everyone up in Florida, but Orlando was just rated #1 in crime across the board as far as violent crime and all sorts of other stuff in the country. So, being that close to that, I do love the beach and the warm weather here, but I do like weed a lot more than that.
Well, we damn sure love to have you out here on the West Coast gangsta style. Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. So on a serious note, like I brought up the bong ban, and that is a serious note, guys. You guys there in the South, man, you need to pay attention because they are really trying to do that. But like, did you hear this story? Are you hearing things down there, or is it kind of moot, and things are...
You know what? I haven't heard anything, and I need to go into my my tobacco shop that I go to down here. And actually talk to them because they would know more about that directly than I would, but I haven't heard anything about that. It's kind of strange. It's a real strange state to live in, but it's really nice and it's a friendly place to live. I mean, obviously people love coming here, but
well, I've never understood
it's a little bit too weird.
I'm from Alabama, and we used to go to Panama City, man, for fucking spring break or when you graduate, and there was just bong stores galore, and this was back in the 80s, man, and it was so accepted, and there was pot shirts, and you knew it, freaking you're on the beach, and everything's cool, but it's almost like Florida has just always been, just never been able to do anything.
Yeah, you can't pin your finger on it down here. It's like sometimes... I think for like 10 years they outlawed it, like head shops and stuff, and then they let it happen again, like in '95 or something. I don't know, man. There was nothing until then, and it's just really strange, man. It's like, everyone out west and a few other pockets in this country are really looking at things kind of correctly as far as legalization goes, and how you can, benefit from everything as far as economically, and local governments and stuff like that making money off of it, probably more than they do off of putting people in jail. So it's all about economics, and I think the South is probably slower to pick up on things as far as what the norm as far as the country goes. So I'm pretty much more interested in people that think progressively, and it seems like you guys always have, and I think I probably belonged out there for a while.
You do belong out here,
we'll
dude.
see how it all goes. You know, it's hard to sell a house right now.
And I'm sure you've already got a freaking family out here. So you guys still smoking on some oil down there, using the G-Pens?
Oh yeah, man. G-Pen is my, G-Pen is my main thing now. I don't rarely even look at flowers, but I still appreciate them. I just feel like it's more of a conserve type of situation. Oils and it's easier and stuff, and easier on your body a little bit. And G-Pen is really inconspicuous and works really well. It's really great technology, so I dig it.
Yep. We love G-Pen too. Shout out to those guys, and appreciate all your activism, dude. You've been a soldier for just so many years, man. And, not even talking about the music industry. I mean, just cannabis too. You've never been afraid to talk about it and preach freedom, and we've always appreciated that. So, dude, I know I've gone a little long, man, but in closing, man, I had a couple questions from some chatters, dude, and I really want to ask them because you'll help us. As I've said, man, I'm trying to bring this music. I'm trying to just make us all understand that you don't have to just live it, but at least appreciate and understand that there's different kinds of genres out there and different things happening. So when you were a kid, man, when say you're 16, 17, what kind of CDs were in your car? Who influenced you? And not most of the who helped you write a song, but who are some of the bands? I think people want to hear that you listen to the same normal bands as everyone else.
Oh yeah, man, Venom, Slayer, Metallica, friggin' Manowar, all sorts of stuff, man. I liked all sorts of metal growing up. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Witch Killer, anything that Metal Blade put out. That was the strange thing, bro. It was when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, I went to record stores. It'd take me maybe a half an hour. We'd take 2 or 3 rides to get to this record store. And when we get there, it's like, well, what do I spend my hard-earned money on? There wasn't the internet back there, and there weren't really any magazines that even showed you what was good. The mainstream magazines wouldn't tell you if, Destruction was better than Suicidal Tendencies, or if you would what the vibe was on the Witch Killer compared to the, new Rat album or Trance or Oz album, something like that. So a lot of the times, man, my guide was, if it said Metal Blade Records on it, produced by Brian Slagle, because I knew that all the Slayer albums said that, and I loved Slayer more than anything. I loved the way they sounded and the heaviness of the music back then. Going back to Show No Mercy, that was probably the most played album of my life. And, so knowing that was connected to that music, I would always look for the stuff that Brian was connected with on the back of the cassettes I was looking at. And it was really ironic and really kind of spiritual and very strange to me that when I became a musician and started, getting on my path in a band with Paul Mazurkiewicz and Bob Rousset, and we started working together with Alex Webster and Jack Owen, and we put out our first demo, and we sent that to the first album, or the first record company that we did, which was Metal Blade Records, because that's really who I respected the most and wanted to, really show our stuff to first. And Brian Slagle liked it, and the rest is history from that point on, So
that is amazing.
It's been a really wild ride, and heavy metal's been in my blood, and I've lived it and learned from it and expressed myself through it. And I've been really lucky that I've had such a great record label that has supported me for 25 years now, and had such a good friend and a comrade like Brian Slagle with me for the whole way, who I respected more than anybody when I was growing up, and who showed me what heavy metal was.
That's an amazing story. And you guys in the chat room and everyone listening right now, you know that story we just heard is no different than a kid growing up a Dodger fan or a Steeler fan and getting drafted and playing for the Dodgers or the Steelers. That's just fucking awesome, man.
Awesome.
So Chris
You're
Barnes,
right,
dude,
you're right.
you're fucking amazing, dude, and we appreciate everything you've done. Can't wait to hear about this tour and hear the news, and hope you guys are going to go out there and support this album, support Chris and 6 Feet Under and everything they got going. And, dude, man, all I can say is thanks, man. Thanks for everything, dude.
Hey, thank you, man. And you know, just, you know, letting everyone know we're not just doing this one U.S. tour. I know a lot of people have been worried we're not hitting a lot of stuff on the East Coast. Well, we're going to be doing another leg of tour dates later on towards the fall in the States. And we'll be hitting all the other spots that we hit last November and doing that again and having a good time all through this year touring and bringing all these new songs to everybody that's digging them. So, and listen, man, I really appreciate everything you're doing, and you guys are carrying the flag on, you know, many flags, and I appreciate you guys, you know, keeping your chins up and doing the right thing. You know, I think that we're all in this together as far as music goes, as far as expression, freedom of speech, freedom of entertainment, freedom of taking care of our bodies as we see fit, freedom to marry whoever the hell we want to marry, and freedom to let this country, you know, be there for us and us be there for it. And that's what it's about, man. This is America, and we're all doing this together, and it's a great thing, and I appreciate what you guys are doing, and you're really strong with your beliefs, and I love it, man.
Warms my heart, dude. We're going to get to these next 3 songs. For me, dude, this is the meat of the album. And fucking Decapitate, dude, as I've mentioned, that breakdown in that fucking song that we're going to hear, it's the second song we're going to hear. I mean, fucking thrash, dude. It's fucking just breaking into thrash right there, dude.
It takes your head off, man. It definitely does. That one's definitely going to be played live, you know, so, you know, watch out for that one on this tour coming up in July.
He's Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under, and this right here is Zombie Blood Curse. Turn it up, folks.
These are a face that can't be stopped. The
That's right, folks. This bong hit right here goes out to Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under, and you guys for hanging with it. Right here.
No doubt. That is rock. We just heard Zombie Blood Curse to start that off, followed by Decapitate, and then that last one was Incision. And Urb was turning to me on that, the close of Decapitate, where they just went, I believe the technical term is balls out.
Just freaking balls out, dude. They just let it rip,
amazing,
man. And as you said, that this album, man, it's got so much in it, and that was the thrash part right there of the album. And there's sludge, and as he was talking, there's just experimental, and he's just all kinds of great stuff. So as you guys heard too, man, he's not only just a vocalist, man. I mean, he's a freedom fighter, dude. He's been, dude. You go back and look up his shit, dude. We've been playing the song 420. He sang about 420 before fucking Snoop Dogg sang about 420. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact, Jack. And so you guys look it up, man. Urb Thrasher with Radical Russ, Roll J Studios, and we just had a great interview with Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under tonight as we play death metal, because they have a brand new album out,
and
Unborn.
There it is. We were talking about this album cover. Look at that. It's up. If you're watching our screen, man, you can see it in the corner there. It's pretty cool.
Dusty Peterson did the art, and it was great to hear a little bit about how the art came about too. Because as he said, Undead came out last year, and I was all fired up on Undead, and Dusty Peterson did that art too. And so I've been, it's been a couple years now, and to finally hear the story and how that came about was really cool. And just to hear a lot of his thoughts, and you can really hear the positive energy in his voice and how he's feeling right now with the reception.
And I like the point you brought out about the boogie that you feel in it, the groove. The drummer for 6 Feet Under, and I don't know his name.
Kevin Talley.
Kevin, knocked out drummer, and there is a, there's a rock and metal especially have that 8-note dun 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 kind of thing, but if you do it right, it has a roll feel to it. It has a train-like feel to it, and that's what I feel like when I'm listening to 6 Feet Under. I just feel like I just want to.
That's what separates.
I want to run. I want to drive real fast.
That's right.
That's
what separates the 6 Feet Under from a lot of the normal, redundant type death metal bands.
There you go.
And that could be said, and I'm even a huge fan, and I'll admit that. But for me, and that's why I've kind of clinged on to Chris, and because he's, and I think the last question demonstrates why he's got a lot of this is because he listened to a lot of the old school heavy metal first, grew up in all that, and it kind of morphed into this brutal death metal type energy that he has going right now. And so as we ramble on, let's go to a couple more songs and come back. That's right, dude. Black as Night, The Shadow of Death. Napsterian's got it, dude. He knows what's up. Let's get to a couple more songs, because as Russ mentioned, the first three songs we just played, and then let's get to fucking Fragment right here. And this is the song that Ben Savage from Whitechapel played on too.
This
up, everyone? Urb Thrasher here with Radical Russ. Heavy night here at Roller J Studios as we are premiering Unborn.
Yeah.
From 6 feet under, and we just talked with Chris Barnes. Awesome interview. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate everything they got going.
Stick with us, man. We got to go into hour 2. We're out of time.
That's right, man. But we're going to come back, talk about a little sports, a little basketball. We'll catch you up, and we'll hear some more of Unborn. And then we've got some more music coming up. Hour 2. Load those balls, folks.